I reached out, it changed my life. So I reached out to a lot of these guys and families and people that'll talk to me, and I advocate. I got involved with Second Chance program with Tiffany and Paul Newtell, Michael, Harry O'Harris. And, you know, I'm looking at guys that are in prison, like Gene Borello just came home in a Second Chance program. So these things, for me, is in my past, that's not who I am today. I mean, unfortunately, I did them, so I'm not going to lie about them. I got to discuss them for people to understand there's a life after you do these things, and you can move forward if you want to change your life.
Mike Lavegli, you shot him in the chest?
Mike Lavigny, I walked into a nightclub. He called protocols. 2 cops owned the place that I had a drug business out of. He slapped a doctor that was going to emergency call. He wouldn't move his car out of his driveway. So when I came into that bar, that nightclub, somebody touched one of my, I had a scarf around my neck. It happened to be Christine Belmont's, I got a good memory with names. Christine Belmont was a friend of ours. It was her brother. I didn't know him. I knocked him out. His friend jumped in. I hit him with a glass, and then Mike opened his mouth. And I told him I was looking for you anyway. Shut your mouth or I'm going to shoot you. He said, fuck you. I asked my friend Keith at the time, give me the gun. He gave me the gun. I shot him in the chest. I put a glass across his head after he was down.
Ricky Stratton, shot him in the head.
Ricky Stratton, I hit him on Interborough Parkway, Jackie Robinson Parkway. He was with those guys, with Bruce got her up and those guys trying to hit me. I caught him coming out of the house. Actually, his brother, Michael Stratton, Richie Langston, these guys who are all guys that I'm friends with now and helped me to change my life. And unfortunately, this is some of the things that we did. And these guys understand that they lived a life like I did.
Nicky Pasquale, shot him 5 times on his porch.
Nicky Pasquale was a guy that was around me running an after hours. He's Albanian and Italian. He worked for a bread union for the West Side for a guy named Ross, Genovese family captain. And I paid off a cop $60,000, got shot in my after hours. He never gave the guy the money. He went to Gotti, thought Gotti was going to help him. I came home from, I was in prison on a short stint. I came home, got a gun from Charles Koenig, and went to his house, talked to him. He opened his mouth a little slick with me. This is a guy that's around me. I guess Gotti gave him what they call gorilla biscuits, gave him the confidence to think that he doesn't have to answer to me anymore, and I guess he found out he does. I shot him 4 or 5 times.
Mike Pipp, you shot him?
Mike Pipp, I shot, I think 3 times, and 2 of his friends, they were running. They robbed a drug spot on 116th Street, 101st Avenue. I had a guy that was driving for me that was one of my drug guys, and another nice guy, Mickey, happened to be in the car, in the back seat. And I said, let me step out of the car. We were going to a nightclub called Metro 700. I had a 22 Ruger 50-shot banana clip in the car. I pulled it out of a pillowcase. I got on one knee, pulled the scope out, and they were about a half a block running. And I started shooting them. They said I missed them. I said, give it 10 seconds. They got adrenaline, they'll fall. And one by one, they started falling. So, yeah, I hit 3 guys there.
Vito Guzzo, you had him shot, and I guess he tried to have you killed like 8 times?
Vito Guzzo and those guys, I'm friends with Frankie Forandello, Eddie, I forget the other guy's name. But, yeah, these guys were on America's Most Wanted. They killed about 6, 7 guys. They were guys that were against the Gottis at that time. They shot one of Angelo Ruggiero's sons. So he was going to go eventually. He challenged us, and he challenged the Gotti regime at that time. And we had him shot. And then I walked into a nightclub that he controlled called Kickers on Metropolitan Avenue. I shot 4 guys there, 1 in the stomach, I think the other guy in the hip and the arm, and the other 2 guys I shot over unionizing bouncers and looking for Vito Guzzo.
Sal Nudo's brother, you shot him in front of the bar?
Sal Noto, it's his brother-in-law and one of his friends had a problem with Joe O'Kane at the time. Joe O'Kane was around me. He called me up. He says that he can't leave the bar. They said they're going to kill him. He got into an argument. I walked in, shot the guy on the dance floor. I walked out, and I went by myself. A lot of this stuff I go by myself. And as I'm walking out, a couple guys were chasing me. I left my car so they wouldn't get a plate. And I told the guy, stop following me. He was with another guy, and there was a 3rd guy behind him. I said, you stupid, I just shot a guy. What do you think, I got to shoot you? And he kept following me, so I turned around and shot him a couple of times.